I slowly eased back to the floor. Standing in the middle of the room looking down at the desk was a figure all in black wearing a ski mask. He or she was still moving slowly and, lucky for me, not looking my direction. It was dark here. He obviously hadn't seen me, and maybe he wouldn't. I watched him pull out his phone and snap picture after picture of the papers on the desk, of a large bulletin board on the wall, of all the shelves, of the desktop computer at the workstation. My mind was racing. Who was this? What was he doing? Why was he wearing a mask? It obviously wasn't Professor, who sneaks incognito through his own house. Then I realized that he was after the same thing I was. The secret, the key, the precious details of a project that promised money and power. He wanted that secret, and he probably would kill for it. I had beaten him to the Poe letter, and I hadn't even known someone else was after it. The letter! What had I done with it? Had I left them there on the table? I was so terrified when I heard that sound that my mind went blank, and I forgot the letter, or maybe I dropped it. I couldn't remember. If this guy in the ski mask found it, this entire effort had been for nothing. He could just pick it up and go, and I would have risked my life for nothing. I saw him still taking pictures, this time of the books on the shelves. The letter, where was it? I was feeling scattered. I tried to scan the path I took to this spot by the stairs, but the room was so dim I couldn't see much. I looked back at him. I couldn't risk losing track of him. If he got too close, he might discover me. Then I saw him pull up a little string backpack out of his pocket and stuff all the paper on the tables into it. I was sure now that I had left the letter there. Where else could it be? Now he had it. I couldn't see his face because of the mask, but I imagined him smiling under it. He slung the backpack over one shoulder and started toward the stairs. Now what? I had to get those papers. Over the past few hours, I had become, without realizing it, more intent, fixated, obsessed with getting to the bottom of this mystery. The thought of walking away never occurred to me. I was in this thing physically and mentally, and there was no abandoning it. No escaping it. No forgetting it. The papers were like water in the desert, air above the water. I had to get them. I prepared to pounce, but my legs wouldn't move. While crouching, they had fallen asleep, and now I couldn't even stand, much less pounce or run. I was a sitting duck. If he discovered me, he would have all the time he needed to kick, punch, or just shoot me. I remember the sick feeling that rose up in my gut, like nothing I had ever felt. In less than a minute, I could be dead. They say your life flashes before your eyes at a time like this one, but the future flashed before mine. Stories about my disappearance, my parents distraught, pictures would be all that was left of me. All I could do at this moment was remain still and pray. And you'd better believe I was praying. You would too. He was moving toward the stairs. The slightest noises of his shoes on the floor, the crinkling of the papers in the backpack sounded louder than jet engines in my ears. There was no use trying to revive my legs. If he saw me crouching here by the stairs, it was all over for me. Then he put a foot on the bottom step. Was I safe? Was he already leaving without seeing me? He paused. Had he seen me? I dared not to move my head to look up at him. Was he pointing a gun at my head now? I thought I heard him take his foot off the step. He could be staring down at me right now. I wanted to look up, maybe even to plead with him not to kill me, but I knew I had to stay still. There was a long pause. It felt like a minute, but it must have been only a few seconds. Finally, I heard a click, and the room went black. I remember thinking, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but you would have done the same. I remember thinking, am I dead? I blinked several times, but everything was black. Is this what it felt like to be dead?